Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining in. This side, Rahul Magan here is the Chief Executive Officer of Treasury Consulting LLP, and today we would be covering a topic which is dollar index USDX. Now, this index, in this we would be covering that how the dollar index is moving. What's an implication of the dollar index, and especially when the Trump administration is on the way. Now, as you very well understand that, and you can very well see that the screen is also blinking. Now you know that the dollar index is amongst one of the very important amongst the index which tracks the valuation of the dollar. Although there are two kind of dollar index we have across the globe. The one is which which you see right now, which the financial terminals are tracking, and one dollar index is the Bloomberg dollar index. So you know that Bloomberg dollar index is little different, as it give value to all currencies, all emerging currencies also. On the other hand, this dollar index is more like SDR. So it is give to dollar, GBP, euro, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, and few such currencies. Although technically I'm not in sync with that dollar index, but still, nonetheless, we very well understand that Trump administration is on the way, and when Obama was the president of the country, then dollar index was roughly 95, 96 something. Yes, I will not say that the dollar index had not touched 100. Dollar index has touched 100, but not because of the export competitiveness. Like you can see the chart also right after Q. Dollar index during Obama administration touched 100, but it was not because of the export competitiveness of the dollar. Rather, it is because when Federal Reserve started giving hawkish signals that they are seriously interested in hiking the interest rate. And with due respect, these were the fake signals which were given by the Federal Reserve. So these signals were not the original signals. Now you can very well see that the here it has touched 100 in 2015 when Obama was there. Post Trump, which is November 2016, it has just went up, 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 and to be very honest, now it is trading at roughly 102, sorry, 101.55. Now, if you look at the right side of your computer screen, I can see that forget 1 week or 1 month, you can see that in the 1 year the dollar index is plus 2.7%. In the last 3 years, it went up 25.5%. In the 5 years, this is roughly 25%. We also know that the volatility, now this is the change, the volatility in a 1 month is roughly 7%. 6 months, it's roughly close to 7, you can say. 1 year, it is 7.4, and 3 year, it is roughly 7.4. So dollar index is going up. My personal opinion suggests that 2017 would be a dollar bull year, and this dollar bull year will take all the dollar directs up. And I think that the special emphasis would be to Japanese yen because of the close proximity between Japanese government and because of the close proximity between Japanese government and Trump. In my personal opinion, I would see that the 10 years USD, which is 10-year United States Treasuries, might grow at 3%. I'm not saying today, but yes, probably I would say maybe by March, the 10-year USD would be by 3.5%. Sitting today, when the Trump administration is on the way, the 10-year USD is trading roughly 2.40. It is very high because during Obama administration it was 1.5%, and when Federal Reserve started giving hawkish signals, it went up to 1.75%. But now it is very high. I think that it might go to 3.5%. At the same time, I also envisage that rising dollar index is not good for US and also not good for the banks as a trading entity. There are specific reasons behind the same. Well, one reason is that if US is seriously interested to go in sync with the dollar index, which you can see here. Suppose I show you the 10-year dollar index, you will get it here. If US is seriously interested in to go in sync with the dollar index, then US should also increase the competitiveness. I'm not saying that Trump is not interested in that. Trump is seriously interested in that. But at the same time, we need to see we need to see that what are the steps that Trump would be taking to make sure to increase the dollar competitiveness in the dollar export competitiveness in the market. This is something which we seriously need to see. This is not easy. This is not easy, and believe me, this certainly qualifies some time. Why I'm referring this in my video? Because the answer is very simple. Because if dollar index would move up, because currently it is 101.5, suppose it will move up to 102, then move to 102.5, and then it might move up to 103, then it quite possible that US won't be able to match up the export competitiveness. And if this would happen, then the dollar index might not be able to sustain at that point. Dollar index might not be able to sustain at that point, and dollar index might get down. So this is, I think, the biggest challenge for Donald Trump, because he needs to make sure that the dollar index should be in sync with the dollar index in sync with the export competitiveness of the dollar. So this is something he needs to make sure. Another thing which is very beautiful, which we should address here, is the bank's point of view. Today, majority of the American banks have fixed income portfolio, and in fact, to be very not blunt, but to be very frank, I might not feel shy saying so that in the last 2 quarters, banks have earned a good amount of money only from fixed income portfolio, because of the huge variations which they are doing in terms of huge variation which is happening in the basically in the interest rate. But the point is very simple. But the point is that if USD rate would move up, then it would be an issue. If USD rate would move up, then it would be an issue, and the issue would be that it would lead to the loss in the valuation of bond holdings which banks do have. Of course, answer is simple. When USD was 1.75, very less people foresee that it went up. Now, if now it went up, it led to the loss of, if I'm not wrong, the media reported this, the loss of roughly 1.75 trillion dollars. Now, assume when it would further go up, it would further go up to 3.5, which everybody is which is something which is imminent, which is something which we can foresee. Then again it would be a loss. So now point is how the banks would take care of that. So banks needs to be very honest with their fixed income portfolio, and this is something which is which we need to see that how such things would happen in the near future. So year 2017 would be a very good year for currencies, as you need to apply all brain work, all permutation combination, because yield would surely be moving, that is for sure. Yield would surely be moving, and we seriously need to see that how things would be moving from fixed income perspective, from currency perspective, and all. So this was for the day. I think that dollar index, I further repeat that before winding up this video, that dollar index would be useful for two ways. Number one would be that dollar index would matter. Of course, the valuation of the dollar dollar is with respect to the dollar index, but at the same time, we need to see that there are a variety of dollar index, like $1 index is of Bloomberg dollar. $1 index is of Bloomberg dollar index. So Bloomberg dollar index is something which we need to see. Another thing, Trump need to maintain a correlation between the dollar as a strength and export competitiveness of dollars. Both are different topic, not easy, and both are different topics, not easy. So we seriously need to see how things will be moving. Last but not the least, if the USD, which is United States Treasuries, would move up, then I think Trump needs to be serious, and the bank needs to take care, because this might lead to the losses. Because we all know that American banks are having very good portfolio, very good fixed income portfolio, and because they have a very good fixed income portfolio, in that regards, they might end up few losses as well. So this, and majority of the bond holding they do have is held for trading or available for sale. A very little is held till maturity. So something which we need to see. So this is what for the day. You are most welcome to connect with us 9899242978. You are our website is www.treasuryconsulting.in and www.treasuryconsulting.in, and we are very pleased to share that we are coming up with a lot of online trainings. Currently we have 16 types of online trainings, and very soon we would be able to have more than 25. Very soon we would be able to have more than 25 online trainings. With this, we thank you very much and have a great time ahead. You're also welcome to subscribe our magazine. January 2017 version is right up front. If you want, if you wish, you can subscribe that. Charges 900 per year. Thank you and have a great time ahead.